Okay, so next week we'll really start talking about memory. So memory is interesting because memory does not work like computer memory. Things don't get stored somewhere faithfully such that you can always retrieve it accurately. Human memory does not work that way. Human memory is malleable. A lot of the things that we see and hear, information we encounter, doesn't even get stored at all in the first place. And if it gets stored, it's not stored passively. It's constantly being changed over time. It's influenced by our knowledge, our expectations, and when you retrieve information from memory, there's always an active process, a reconstructive process going on. There's lots of missing blanks in our memory, and we fill in the blanks, literally, when we retrieve information. And that leads to good things and bad things. This active reconstructive process helps you in retrieving more information than you otherwise could. But sometimes, as we'll see next week, that has some severe bad consequences of people believing that they remember something, but they actually don't. And especially when psychology interacts with the law and people are an eyewitness and they say that something happened, but it actually didn't, that leads to problems. We'll talk about multiple memory stores, the distinction between short-term memory, working memory, and long-term memory, as well as implicit memory and explicit memory. Memory you are aware of and memory you don't know you're aware of, but you do have those memories. We'll cover some interesting subjects that were first discovered here at UCI. People that have extreme autobiographical memory. So these are people that have extremely good memory for things that are happening or that happened in their own lives, sort of autobiographical events. They're not necessarily more intelligent. They can't hold on to educational sort of material, but if it's personal things, like the people that they talk to, at what time they talk to these people, they remember everything. They were discovered here at UCI, and we'll show some videos. It's just an amazing recent discovery. So memory influences everything we do. So memory holds our knowledge, holds our expectations, and that influences all other aspects of cognition. How we make decisions, how we solve problems, but it also influences things downstream. It also influences how we perceive things or what we hear. And so here I'll show you one demo of memory. Information in memory influences your hearing. Now you'll see some sort of technical sort of charts here. They're called spectrograms. The details of those charts are not important. So let's play a sound. It's about 50% chance this works. Okay, let's see. And it didn't work, so let's try the other link. Okay, don't say what you've heard if you heard something, okay? I'll play this one more time and maybe I'll audio control. Maybe a little less loud. Okay. So be honest here, how many of you have no idea what you just heard? Vast majority. How many of you actually did hear something? That's very good. That's very good. Okay, so this is severely degraded human speech, right? It's called Sine-Wave Speech. And how Sine-Wave Speech is generated, that actually doesn't matter for this demonstration. So Sine-Wave Speech, basically they take 3 sine wave signals and you vary the frequencies of those 3 signals over time to best match the frequency characteristics of the original message. And this research was done in the 60s to try to understand sort of what are the fundamental aspects of human speech. And for a lot of people, this isn't speech, right? You can't hear what this person is saying in this sine-wave speech. But now let's go to the original message without going through the sine-wave speech.
The steady drip is worse than a drenching rain.
Okay, so that's what you were supposed to hear. Is that what you heard? Yeah? Very good that you heard that original. Okay, now what's the big deal? Now we go back to the original message.
The steady drip is worse than a drenching rain.
So is it fair to say that you heard something completely different? So you just heard it, right? You heard those words. So let's play it again.
The steady drip is worse than a drenching rain.
Now, the amazing thing is, the last time I heard this was about 1.5 years ago. I cannot undo that speech percept. I cannot hear the original random whistles because I always hear the interpretation, the actual words. So this is long-term memory affecting how you see things, how you hear things. Now, this is a topic that's covered much more in 9A and 11A. It's called top-down perception. But I just wanted to demonstrate how memory sort of has a pervasive influence on all aspects of cognition. Even simple activities like seeing things and hearing things. Now, there's a few more demos that you can follow on these links, and you can test yourself. I cannot actually hear any of these messages by following these other demonstrations. But some of you are very sensitive. Some of you have very good sort of speech perception, and it's an interesting experiment to do. So the next lecture will be on memory gaps and memory errors. So read this for next week. And that's it for today. So see you then.